Thank you, Kelly. Another great list of performers this week. And by the way, if you don't agree with my list, you can always make your own suggestions. Just hit me up on Twitter, and I'll take those into consideration. But this week, we've got new names, and we've got some old favorites. Let's start with Jace Faulkner of TDACDC. Yes, Trip Delmont Armor, Andy Central, Dakota Christian. Threw for over 200 and had a 5-touchdown game. Huge day for him. Karst Hunter makes his debut on the list this year. The future Jackrabbit got his passing game working with 251 through the air and added another 249 on the ground. And in case you didn't know, that's a lot of yards. Here's one of these other familiar names on the list. Trey King blew up once again, threw for over 300 yards with 5 touchdowns, and somehow he found time to run for 195 as well with 3 more touchdowns. How does he find the time in one single game to keep doing this? Jackson Kinzer, a huge double threat quarterback for Colome, is on the list. How about Tupak? He keeps rewriting the record books, and he ran in 4 more touchdowns this week. Mace Plucker of Parker, another 200-plus yard game for him, and he makes it on the list. But what about Thomas Scholten? His best performance of the year for Brandon Valley, 5 passing touchdowns, and I probably should have put his teammate on there, Carter Olthoff. He was on the receiving end of most of those scores. The Lynx passing effect is in full effect right now. Tate Wishard had a 3-touchdown game for O'Gorman. Nick Whitler back-to-back weeks on this list with a huge performance. He does it against a bigger school, against a ranked team this time. Congrats to Nick on those 6 touchdowns. Then there's Ethan Wishon. He had the game ball last week, and this week he ties the all-time 9-man passing mark of 37 completions in a single game and had the 7th best passing yardage in a single game all time. If it weren't for the couple interceptions that he threw, he might have back-to-back game balls. But the winner of this week's game ball is Garrett Stout of Pierre. He continues to step up his game. This week threw for 380 yards and ran for another 112, accounted for 4 total touchdowns against, guess this, the #1 team in the class with a 34-7 win over Huron. Garrett, you are looking stout. Congrats on this week's game ball.